Hello again in another episode of Gunfire TV. If what you see brings you memories of those pictures of paintball markers, well, you're not very far from the truth, because this is SSG-1 G&G's speedsoft replica. And speedsoft is like speedball, just in airsoft world. So, let's take a closer look. So, what we are looking at, it's quite a weird gun. It's not looking as like a tactical gun at all, and every weird part has a reason to be in this replica. So let me just start with traditional parts like upper and lower receiver that are made from the combat machine line. So they are made of reinforced polymer, very sturdy and very light. And lightness, it's very important in replicas for speed airsoft and speedball also. Now, magazine, it's a standard mid-cap magazine, but it has a new design, so it's partially transparent. It holds 105 BBs, and you've got indications of how many BBs are inside. So while shooting, you can observe where the BBs are. So when you can't see them, it means that you're almost out. So we've got here ambidextrous charging handle, slide release is on the left side, the mag release is ambidextrous, and the fire control unit is on the left side of the replica. So let's go to the things that are totally unorthodox. Alright, let's start with the muzzle device. This is humongous thing. It's got wrist race on top and on the bottom, and in future G&G should release tracer unit that will work with this with a certain adapter. Now, the handguard, the barrel shroud, the barrel, I don't know how to call this thing is meant to cover the internal barrel, and I know it doesn't look very comfortable, especially if you're a C grip gripper, but probably you will hold this replica like this for most of the time. So let me show you why. Now, if you are speedsofter, you probably are using something like this, so a paintball mask. This is my very own paintball mask. It's very old, it's probably older than many of you watching this video. Now, the problem with AR-15s and replicas in general, if they have optics that is not very high, is that if you want to aim with them with mask like this, it's almost impossible. So we have two ways to do: very high optics or not using the mask. With this replica, you've got third option, because the stock collapses in this direction. All you need is a hex key. So all you need to do is to loosen this screw with your hex key, and then you can do something like that. Even like that, so you can even shoot it like a bazooka. So you find your angle, you find your length of the stock, and now aiming, it's super easy. If you saw speedballers, their markers are usually shot like this, even without holding the grip here. That's why this should be very good platform for speedsoft. Now let's focus on the trigger. It totally looks like a trigger from a paintball gun. I'm sure that in G&G there's a guy who played, or at least watched playing speedball. Now, how you use it, you don't usually operate with one finger, only with two, like so. What makes then replica goes really fast, even on single fire. So let's try it out, and before I start, you need to take some time and practice with those kind of triggers to make them work. So I think that you heard that there were moments where it went very fast and then standard like so. It means that I would need a lot of practice with this, but in theory this would be very fast. Alright, so I've got just one more thing. According to my intel, G&G will be selling the trigger and trigger guard as a separate part, so you will be able to mount it on different AR platforms, and that may be important information for people with certain disabilities with their hands or even without their palms at all after accidents, or what say you, with this kind of large trigger it will be much easier for them to play airsoft, and that may be sometimes the reason why they don't do it at all. So just if you need that info. For Chrono test, we'll use 0.2 Specna Arms Edge BBs and 11.1 1100 milliamps battery. Alright, so I had a short conversation with our technicians, and they say that if you use a MOSFET that uses optical sensors, this trigger would be much faster even without a lot of training. Just to have a thought for the future. I took some time for practice. Let's check the results. Whoa! No, it's totally on full auto, of course, because there is this option. Now, inside we've got G2 gearbox. That means that it's totally reinforced. The piston has steel teeth, and there is ETU unit located under this part. So we've got plenty of space for the battery in the stock tube. Well, if you are looking for a race gun for speedsoft, you need something that is short. This is short. You need something that is light, so you can operate with no problem, sometimes sliding and using second or third hand as something to protect yourself from the elements of the outside. You need it to shoot fast, even on single fire, and as I said, with some practice this trigger will allow you to do that better than with normal shooting, and you need it to be reliable, like a G&G. If you need all of this and you like what you see, this SSG-1 from G&G is waiting for you in Gunfire. See you again in another episode of Gunfire TV.